Hey moms, this is take two. The first one just kind of quit on me, so hopefully this will work. Hello everyone, my name is Brianna. For those of you who are new to this group, I'm an empowerment coach for teen girls and young women. And welcome to all of the new moms that are joining. I'm so happy that you are all here. I wanted to do another Facebook Live because last night I did a Facebook Live when I was at my breathwork class. It was a little bit noisy there, so I wasn't able to really get into what breathwork is all about. If you haven't checked that out yet, please go scroll down and you can see that little short Facebook Live I did at my where I do breathwork. So for those of you that don't know, I teach breathwork and I incorporate it into the work that I do with my clients, teen girls and young women. And I want to talk a little bit more about what breathwork is and why this is one of the best kept secrets and one of the best things that can help your daughter if she is struggling with anxiety, depression, or low self-esteem. So let me just explain it to you. Breathwork is, well, here, let me rewind a little bit. You know, in life, we all go through challenges, obstacles, hardships, right? Some of us have wounds from our childhood. Some of us have trauma that we've experienced. You know, and your daughters have, maybe a lot of them have gone through things in their lives, right? And so what happens is that energy from those experiences, whether it wounds from the childhood, trauma, that energy gets trapped in their bodies and it needs to come out, right? So if you think of like everything is energy, our thoughts, our emotions, but even things that have happened in the past with whatever your daughter may have gone through, that's also energy. So if she's gone to like therapy or a psychologist and she's worked on healing through some of these things, it may or may not have worked entirely because she has to move out these things like from an energetic sense. So the energy needs to physically move out. It's not enough to like process everything and heal from everything in here. We also have to move that energy out of us. So this is why I love breath work. And let me tell you something, you know, like the first time I ever tried breath work, I went to a class. I thought it was going to be like a meditation class, and it wasn't really a meditation class. We basically like lied on the floor, and I remember just like crying my eyes out during like the majority of the class. And I was like, whoa, like what just happened? And I remember like I went up to the teacher afterwards and I was like, what was that? I didn't even know why I was crying. I just cried, and like a lot. And so I remember the teacher said to me, she's like, that's breath work. And I was like, whoa, I was hooked. And so what happened for me with breath work is that, you know, initially I started doing a lot of classes. I started doing a lot of breath work. Probably like 2 classes in, I was so amazed by this thing that I had discovered that I was like, oh my God, I got to teach this. I got to learn how I can teach this. And so I was certified. So, you know, this is something that I incorporate with the girls and the young women that I work with. So really, it's super easy. It's a series of like 3 breaths. There's a breath in the belly, there's a breath in the upper chest, and then there's a breath through the mouth. And your daughter is like lying down as she does this breathing technique. And what's so amazing about this, you know, it's not a meditation. And what happens is so it's usually like when I teach this or when I do this with the girls that I work with, I play music in the background, and it's not like meditative music. Like I play like good music that's really going to get them like motivated to really breathe out anything that's, you know, been holding them back in their lives. And here's the thing, a lot of people get emotional. A lot of people like cry. Like I cried. I had a major crying session the first time I ever did breath work. And it's actually pretty common that a lot of people can get emotional, because what happens and what is probably happening to a lot of your daughters is that they're suppressing their emotions. They don't want to feel it. It's too difficult. It's too uncomfortable. So what do? They stuff it down. This is what so many teen girls, this is what so many young women are doing. They're just stuffing their emotions down. The problem with that is it has nowhere to go. All of that energy stays lodged within them. And so maybe they blow up at you one day, like out of the blue, and you're like, what's going on here? I don't understand what's going on with my daughter. Well, it's because she's got so much of this stuffed within her, like so much of the emotions. That's why I always say, like I've said this so many times in these Facebook lives, it's so important, it's so healthy for your daughter to feel her feelings. Whatever that looks like, whatever her feelings are, whatever her emotions are, whether it's anger, sadness, grief, shame, humiliation, whatever it is, the worst thing that your daughter can do for herself is to stuff it. Because when she stuffs it, it only gets worse. She needs to release it. This is why I love breath work, because it allows all of those old emotions that are stuck within her, it comes up through the breath and she's breathing it out. So after a breathwork session, she feels like amazing. She feels like she's really let go of a lot. That's why, I continue, even though I teach breathwork, I continue to do breathwork for myself. For those of you who, if you've scrolled down and you've seen, I did a Facebook Live over the weekend, and it was all about self-care. And it was so funny. I had my towel on my head and I was in my robe, and I was at the spa because I decided that I wanted to treat myself to a massage. And that is part of my self-care. That's what I do to take care of myself. But there are a lot of other things that I do for myself to take care of me. One, yes, a massage. Another is breath work. Another is taking care of my body. So I go to the gym a lot. Another is yoga. Another is I've recently gotten into Kundalini yoga. These are all the things that I do to really take care of me. So moms, I want to ask you, for those of you who are watching this and your daughter is struggling with anxiety, depression, suicidal thoughts, bullying, self-harm, eating disorder, whatever it is, it's so important that your daughter has these things that she can do, not only to make her feel better, but she's got to do the healing. She's got to release this stuff. So breath work, going back to breath work, it's one of the best ways that your daughter can release all of the stuff that she's feeling. Here's the cool thing with breath work too. She's not even talking about her emotions. Because she's breathing, it's coming out through the breath. And I know so many girls have a hard time articulating how they're feeling. They have a hard time even putting words to, what's going on with them. So breath work is such an amazing thing that they can be doing for themselves. So, and there's a really cool thing with breath work. So at the end of the breath work, when I teach it, or I'm instructing girls to do it, I have them give out a big yell. Sometimes it'll be maybe one at the end, one in the middle, but it is such a great release for them to just let out whatever it is that they've got within them. And so often I find that these girls, are trying to have it all together, trying to be perfect and trying to look perfect. And it's they're holding so much in that they don't know what to do with it all, right? Why do girls self-harm? Why would a girl choose to cut herself, right? There are healthier ways that she can go about releasing her emotions than going to that degree of self-harm, right? How about a good yell? You're not hurting anyone by yelling, right? I mean, that's why like all of the things that I'm talking about, like exercise, yoga, meditation, breath work, like these are all healthy ways that your daughter should be incorporating. These are the things that she should be incorporating into her life so that she can really start living her best life. So the yell is tremendous. I love it in the breath work. And then after that, I do a little like gratitude meditation. And the gratitude meditation is, it's like dynamite. It is such a good way for your daughter to really, because when she does the breath work, it's almost like her heart just like opens up. Her heart space just like opens up. And when we can do this guided gratitude meditation, where she can really tap into some of the things that she is so grateful for. I mean, just the fact that she's alive, that she is breathing, that she's healthy, that's a lot more than other people have in the world. And so this gratitude meditation is such a beautiful thing that is part of the breath work. So, I mean, if you've never heard about breath work, check it out. It's something that I am putting into Unstoppable You, which is my upcoming online group coaching program. It will be coming out within the next couple of weeks. So if this is sounding interesting, I mean, stay tuned for that, because this is really something I feel very, very strongly about that this is something that can definitely help your daughter. I mean, this is something that I eventually want to get into the schools, because I feel that the schools are really not taking care of these kids. Like, I mean, there's a counselor, there's like one counselor for how many students? I mean, they don't have enough help, and you know, your daughter is not learning these coping skills. They're not, you know, your daughter is not learning how to navigate her life, what to do with her anxiety and depression. They don't teach that stuff at school. So where is she learning that? So I really think, you know, breath work is just amazing. And so if you haven't seen the Facebook Live that I did yesterday at my breathwork class, go take a look at that. And I think that would be interesting for you to watch. And I think that is, was there anything else that I wanted to talk about? No, I'm having a really wonderful day. It's raining outside, so it doesn't rain that often in LA, but I love it when it does rain. So I'm just enjoying being inside. I have a little heater on me, so I'm nice and warm and toasty. But I'm sending you all so much love, and I'm just so excited that so many moms are joining this amazing group. So if you haven't already, please make sure that you introduce yourself to the group so we know who you are and, you know, what you're hoping to gain, you know, from being in this group. So I think that's it. Have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you guys all later. Mwah! Bye.